Hi, this is Kathy Fisher and the latest edition of Competition Plus Audio magazine. Someone who I have watched, I have envied, I have rooted for, and we miss you out there. One of the most successful pro mod racers ever, and that's Scotty Cannon. How you doing, Scotty?
Oh, we're doing good. It's not too bad. I'm just getting over a little bit of a head cold or sinus infection and at the worst time right in the middle of the summer. But other than that, we're doing good. Can't complain.
Well, and what have you been up to lately, Scotty?
We've been overseas. We went helping. We didn't not to buy over there, but we've been up in the European part of the country helping a guy get a team started and get his car running, which we did. So we've been over there 3 times and helped a few people around here local. Basically, still looking for a sponsor, but the economy is so bad. It's kind of hard to ask companies for money when they're letting people go as we speak. So other than that, we haven't been doing much of anything, laying around loafing, going fishing.
Are you doing any good fishing?
I don't know, about every now and then. Sometimes you have good days, about like drag racing, and some days you have bad days. But, passions and drag racing, we want to be out there, so we're still looking hard.
Well, do you when you look back at your pro mod career, do you ever regret leaving pro mod to go race Nitro Funny Car?
No. I always wanted to drive one of those things, and it was like, I don't know. That's what I always wanted to do. I didn't do as good a job as I thought I should have by far. Everybody, that's obvious. But I don't regret it at all. I raced for a good company, Oakley, which was headed off by Jim Gennard, and he was an ace to work with. So now, I raced with OnSat for, I think it was 9 or 10. It was 9 years. Prior to that, Doug Brown was he was the CEO and head of that company. He was an ace to work with too. So, and he gave me the blessing whenever I left Oakley to go, and he was one of my biggest fans. So, the bottom line is, I don't know that I would still have a sponsor. There is really nowhere to run. I guess you can run the NHRA thing, which is headed off by Roger Burgess. If it weren't for him, you wouldn't, and that and ADRL, there really wouldn't be anywhere to run. For what I call an organization, say like IHRA, NHRA, it recognizes a world champion. So I don't know. I don't really regret it, but it may have been a little bit of I may have should have stayed. I'm not sure, but I don't regret it now.
Well, and your path takes you where it's supposed to. But in your wildest dreams, did you ever imagine having a career like you have experienced?
No, not. When I first started, I was working for my dad at the restaurant 6 days a week, doing some racket racing, and I started doing the pro mod class come along. I don't know, I started winning a few races and doing good. It was one of them deals where my family didn't have any money, and none of them was racers. I had no idea that my career would do as good as it did for at least 10 years.
Now, obviously, you're still paying very close attention to what's going on. What do you think of the whole turbo stuff that's coming into pro mod?
Well, when that first, I don't know. I know a little bit about them. I know a good bit about the car setups and all that stuff. I have a few, one friend that has one or works on them. It's the way of the future. I hate to say it. I'd like to say that, the blower thing, but I know those things can make, they're not real hard, they're not severely hard on parts. Just like anything else, the more you lean on it, the harder it's going to get. From what I see, from outside looking in, the blower controversy back when I was, I guess, in my heyday, was the sort of like the turbo thing now.
Right.
And it was, and it turned into being the, everybody that basically won a lot wound up with a blower on their car for some reason. Luckily I was one of the pioneers. Jim Oddie had run one. He was running blowers and had run them forever, but he run Outlaw, and I was one of the only ones that run them, that run the legal thing, that done any good with them. But I can't, I hate to say it, it looks like to me it's the way of the future. I would love to work on one. I was telling my boy the other day, me and him, we crew chief on cars, and he's more or less my car chief, and I crew chief it. And I told him, I said, that's what we want to work on right there. I said, we're looking at a turbo car. I won't say which one it was. I said, that's what we need to work on right there. I said, we need us one of those and some money to go run one. I'm pretty sure. I ain't saying none of these other guys aren't smart. They're so far ahead of us. If we had one tomorrow, it would be pathetic. I'd almost bet you it wouldn't take us too long to pick up.
Yeah, don't cut yourself short, because we've seen what you've been able to do when you have the tools to work with, like I said, with the type of career that you've had. So let's keep our fingers crossed that maybe we can see you back out there again, Scotty, and in a turbo car. I mean, that would be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, honestly, if I was going to run the NHRA thing, or possibly the I mean, if somebody said today, okay, well, you got what you want to go run, let's go race. We want you board to drive, we want you to crew chief it, and here's some help. Let's go, or whatever the rules might be. I'd say we better be finding out somebody to get a good turbo from, or 2 turbos. I know how that works, and let's go. Because that's what you're gonna have to have.
Well, Scotty Cannon has spoken, so now we know if we're getting into Pro Mod, that's what we definitely need to do. We really do hope to see you back out there again, and if nothing else, man, we'll be watching for what you're doing overseas and hopefully catching a lot of fish.
Thank you. Make sure you tell Bobby I said hey, and appreciate you guys taking the time out to keep remembering us, keep us in your thoughts, because we're hungry. We want to go. I had back surgery in the end of November, but I'm healthy and good. So I'd rather my son drive, but if it come up to a situation where I had to drive,